No more pregnancy? The end of childbirth pain. Welcome back to School of Soul. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today we're going deeper into the core promise of ectogenesis. No more pregnancy. No more stretch marks. No more morning sickness. No more death on the delivery table. No more labor pain. No more ripped bodies or postpartum trauma. That's the headline. That's the pitch. Artificial wombs are being marketed not just as a medical advancement, but as a form of liberation. To understand why that matters, you have to recognize how childbirth has always been framed. Painful, dangerous, messy. In ancient times, childbirth was sacred and feared. Women died giving life. And for thousands of years, there was no way around it. The female body was seen as a vessel, a portal, and a risk. But with the rise of ectogenesis, we are entering a moment where pain is no longer part of the process. The suffering gets outsourced. The body is bypassed. And that changes everything. In theory, this solves countless problems. High-risk pregnancies could be avoided. Women with infertility, trauma, disability, or illness could still have biological children without carrying them. Surrogacy becomes unnecessary. Premature birth could be managed better. Even the entire debate around abortion begins to shift, because a fetus could simply be transferred to an artificial womb and grown to term without terminating it. These are massive cultural and political implications. Life and death decisions would no longer rely on biology. They'd rely on access to a pod. But underneath the convenience is a much bigger shift: the erasure of embodied creation. Pregnancy isn't just a medical event. It's a spiritual formation. Hormones shape the brain of the mother and the baby. The fetus learns rhythm, emotion, even language through vibration in the womb. That bonding isn't extra, it's essential. And when it's replaced by a machine, we don't yet know what gets lost. Proponents of ectogenesis argue that this is a feminist breakthrough. And to be fair, it is. Childbirth has been the one domain of human experience that no man could ever touch. It has always belonged to women. But that came at a cost. Every day, somewhere in the world, a woman dies giving birth. Every hour, a woman is cut open, torn, drugged, or traumatized to bring life forward. And every society that has devalued or ignored that pain has also failed to center motherhood as sacred. So yes, on one level, removing the pain could be seen as progress. But on another level, it raises the question, if we remove the struggle, do we also remove the depth? There's a quiet war happening beneath the surface. Some feminist thinkers are excited, arguing that ectogenesis finally separates womanhood from reproduction, that the body is no longer a prison, that gender roles can dissolve, that no one has to choose between career and motherhood, that we can finally reach gender equality because the biological burden has been lifted. But there's a counterview gaining momentum, that this isn't freedom, it's replacement, that we're not advancing women, we're deleting them. Because if pregnancy is seen as a weakness, a liability, a phase to be skipped, then motherhood becomes pathology, something to be avoided, outsourced, technologized. And when you remove the womb, you don't just remove pain, you remove power. Because make no mistake, pregnancy is power. The ability to grow life inside your body is a biological miracle that no machine can replicate in spirit. It can mimic the mechanics, but not the magic. That's what's being erased. Not just the discomfort of pregnancy, but the identity that comes with it. We are witnessing a soft sanitization of birth, an industrial redesign. The sacred is being stripped away and replaced with sterile. We're trading blood for sensors, kicks for ultrasound logs, intuition for programming. And most people have no idea how fast this is happening. Because the minute artificial wombs become available, there will be pressure to use them. Insurance companies will prefer them. Hospitals will promote them. IVF clinics will bundle them into premium packages. Employers will encourage them for high-performing female staff. And eventually, those who choose to carry naturally may be seen as irresponsible, old-fashioned, or dangerous. Why would you risk it when the data says the machine is safer? This is how it happens. Not by force, but by framing. Pain becomes obsolete. Birth becomes programmable. And motherhood becomes a relic. But here's what no one is saying. Pain isn't always punishment. Sometimes pain is initiation. Birth pain isn't just about physical suffering. It's about ego death. It's about transformation. It's about becoming the vessel that carries the divine through the veil. Ask any mother what labor did to her, and she'll tell you. She died and came back. Her body was wrecked. Her soul was cracked open. And something primal, holy, and eternal passed through her. No machine can offer that. No synthetic pod can recreate that alchemy. And no lab can generate the wisdom of a woman who's carried life inside her and brought it through the storm. So yes, the pain is real. Yes, the suffering is immense. But that's the fire that forges the archetype of the mother. And when you remove that fire, what do you become? We are not meant to suffer unnecessarily, but we are meant to feel, to be shaped by the process. And in our attempt to bypass the burden, we may be severing the very thing that links us to the soul of life itself. Artificial wombs are not just tools, they're symbols. Symbols of a world trying to remove the last uncontrollable force of nature, the woman who births without permission, who bleeds without system regulation, who bonds with a child through senses no code can mimic. And when that woman is replaced by a machine, it will not just be pregnancy that disappears. It will be the memory of what it meant to be a living vessel of life. Not everything painful is broken. Not everything messy is flawed. Some things are sacred because they can't be replicated. And pregnancy is one of them. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.